Hello, once again, it's Dorothy.
And Judy.
And we're here to bring you another winter STEM experiment. And today we're going to do a snowstorm in a jar. So, Judy, what ingredients do we need for this experiment?
Okay, so first thing you need is a jar. And within our jar, we've already poured in some baby oil. And then we're going to need about a cup of water, some white paint, some blue food coloring, and whatever glitter color of your choice. And last but not least, we need some Alka-Seltzer.
Okay, so let's get started on this experiment. Like I said, we went ahead and poured our baby oil in there. I did about halfway. You could do anywhere from a halfway to 3/4 of a way, just whatever you want to put in there. Ours was a rather large jar, so that's why I did halfway. We need to put the white paint into the water.
Some white paint, and you put as much in as you want.
And while Miss Judy's doing that, I am going to add about 4 drops of blue food coloring into our water, or our oil, not the water, but the oil. And I'm going to add some glitter to the mix. These are difficult tops to take off. Can you get one of them off?
Yep.
I can't get it off.
Oops, I just snapped that one off.
Let's see if I can get it like this.
That one's ready.
That one's ready. Cool. That one in there. We use rather large glitter. You can use whatever glitter you have on hand. This is like an iridescent, I say frozen Elsa blue.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I see that as an Elsa blue.
Yeah.
And this one's more of a dark, wintry blue. Okay. So, and you can put as much or as little as you want in there. It just makes it look pretty. Okay. And you don't have to mix this up. All right. So you just let it sit.
Just let that sit. Okay.
So now the first part of our experiment is to pour the water paint mixture into here. And as you're pouring it in, you're going to see this really cool reaction happen. And I don't know if it comes through really well. It actually does. I can see it on screen. It's very blue and bubbly. So what is happening is there's 2 different kinds of liquid in here, right? So we have our oil and our water. And what does normally happen when you put oil and water together?
Your oil is going to come up to the top because it's less dense than your water, and your water is going to sink down to the bottom of the jar.
Okay.
So that's what we've had here.
I'm going to kind of move this way. I'm going to do the thing where I film it with my phone again so that we can get the up close of what's going on, and then we'll have it on the screen so you can see it. So that's why I got my phone out. And it is ready to go. So now that you've kind of see that our 2 liquids are completely separate, Miss Judy is going to drop in some Alka-Seltzer.
Okay, we got 1 tablet. We're going to drop it in, and we're going to see what happens. So it sinks down to the bottom.
Look at all that bubble action happening.
And so it's creating a snowstorm, a blizzard.
In our jar. It's actually really pretty.
It is.
It kind of reminds me of a lava lamp.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And this one takes no power.
That's right.
This one,
electricity.
no electricity. Just sits there and does this thing. So why do you think that this is happening? What's making this pop up like this?
Okay, so when you drop in your Alka-Seltzer, which is also known as sodium bicarbonate, it mixes with the water, and it creates a force or creates pressure where the oil starts coming up, pushes the oil up and the water up, and it creates carbon dioxide gas.
Nice.
And that's what's being released.
So that's what the bubble.
That's what the bubbles are.
I'm trying to do this. Sorry. That's where the bubble layer is, right here.
Yes.
And here's your oil layer, and then this is back down to your water down here.
So, and the pressure that you got, the back and forth pressure from the oil in the water and the Alka-Seltzer, that's what creates your
snowstorm.
snowstorm.
I'm assuming, and this is an assumption because we have not tested this, once this bubbling action goes away, that you could possibly put the lid on the jar and set it aside and do the experiment again. Maybe you can find out if it's going to do the same, keep reacting the same way over and over.
Yeah.
You could stir it up again because it's going to automatically settle back to where this is, because this is not something that just happens the first time you pour.
Right. If you stir it
anything
back
in.
up, the water and the oil should separate again like it did in the very beginning.
Because I mean, as you can tell now, it's already starting to separate.
Yeah.
Looking clearer, where when we first did it, there was large bumps. You want to go ahead and drop the other one in there?
Yep.
We can.
Let's see what happens when we drop the second one in.
So remember, our first one's there. It's dissolved. You can go ahead and drop that second one in. And when we did it earlier, it's doing it now. It's even more like even more violent reaction.
Yeah.
Because there was already some in there going. So it's getting the nice bubble actions up here going, like clouds.
Yes.
The clouds are happening right here.
And especially right here in the back, around where the tablet's being dissolved.
So there you go. A snowstorm in a jar. That's a pretty simple experiment that you can do at home. And you probably have everything on hand to do that, right? All right, so next week, we're going to make a icicle in a jar.
Yes.
So, and it's a 2-part experiment, so we're going to start it one day and finish it another, but you'll still get to see the video the whole time. But
that's right.
It's 2 days. Okay? So, until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.